Hi, I'm Kelly Hendershot. We are here for another Yoga for Cancer session that's being held virtually. And before we get started, I just want to go through some equipment that we will have handy once we're back at the clubhouse, or suggestions for equipment you can use at home. So you do want to have a mat handy. If you don't have a mat, you could use a towel. That just tends to slide around a little bit. A mat really helps grip your feet in place. And again, at our clubhouse, we do have several mats available. It's sometimes also helpful to have a yoga block with you. This yoga block that I have, it's about 6 by 2 inches. You can use different substitutions. People who have been doing this virtually with us have used encyclopedias, a really thick book. I even know somebody used a ream of paper. You just want to use something that when you push on it, because you'll be sitting on it, it's not going to fall down on you. So it needs to be supportive. Another item that we often use during these classes is a yoga strap. Again, we have these at the clubhouse, but at home, we've had people using the ties from the bathrobe. We've had them use scarves. We've had them use neckties. If you have a gait belt at home, that would work perfect for a strap as well. You just want something that if you hold it out, it's about the width of it's about your wingspan when you hold out your arms. Some people who are taller than me, I'm about 5'5", you might have something a little bit shorter. You might have to find something a bit longer. And then at the end of our practice, we do what is called Shavasana. So it's a resting pose. It's where we meditate. At the clubhouse, we do have oils that are available. I like to use lavender. Some of our members like to use citrus oil when they're doing their Shavasana. Lavender will relax you. Citrus, like orange, will energize you. So it depends on what you want to get out of the day. And then when we come out of Shavasana and do our wrap up, I have a little singing bowl, and I cheat. What I do is I just kind of ding the bowl, and that is going to cue you to slowly sit up and join me in a seated position with hands at heart center, which is like this. So that's just a little bit about some of the equipment we use. If you are at home, you want to make sure that you have plenty of space cleared around you. And again, at the clubhouse, we have plenty of room. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our backs. We're just going to start with our warm-up period. So breathing, everybody knows that breathing will help you calm down. It helps with relaxation. But it also helps build back some of the capacity to your lungs that might have been affected during a cancer treatment. Lung cancer, it's not going to help get you back to a full lung capacity, but for other cancer types, it does help reoxygenate. So you want to make sure you inhale nice long breaths. So in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And as you're inhaling, that belly is rising towards the ceiling. As you're exhaling, your belly comes towards the mat and your diaphragm is pushing air out. You can also make a triangle with your fingers and place that above your belly button. That just helps you stay more in tune to your breathing. Always make sure your inhales and exhales match in length. We're also detoxifying our lungs by practicing deep breathing. And as we get started, you might want your strap handy once we get to some legs. Just focus on your breaths. And on an inhale, we're going to slowly sweep our arms above our head and point our toes. I want you to hold the stretch, but keep breathing. You're just reaching wall to wall here, starting to wake up the body. On an exhale, relax your arms to your sides. Relax your feet. Good. Let's do that at least one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms above your head. Point those toes for your nice full body stretch. Keep breathing as you really reach wall to wall. You should feel a stretch through your calves and your shins and even under your armpits and into your arms. So let's exhale, relax our arms to our sides, relax our feet. And next breath, we're gonna inhale, hug our knees to our chest. And you can just hold right here, or you can rock gently from side to side. That'll help massage out the lower back a little bit. Good, keep breathing too as you do this. Good, let's come back to center. This time on the inhale, we're gonna grab our toes and open into what's called happy baby. So my knees are driving towards the floor. My bottoms of my feet are parallel with the ceiling. If you can't grab your toes like that, that's okay, just grab your shins. Again, you just wanna drive your knees towards the floor and your feet are parallel with the ceiling. And again, you can hold here or you can rock gently from side to side. A few more. Good, on an exhale, we're gonna release our feet flat to the mat. Feet should be about hip width apart. Knees are bent. And we're gonna tee out our arms at about shoulder height. So we're gonna do what's called windshield wiper legs. This will stretch our hips and our thighs a little bit. So take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, you're gonna swivel your hips and your thighs to one side, trying to get that outer knee to touch the floor, get close to it. Shoulders should stay on the mat. That's why our arms are out. Inhale slowly to center and exhale towards the other side. Again, trying to get that outer knee to touch the floor. Then keep going at your own breath. So inhaling to center, exhaling to the sides. This should feel really nice on the lower back. You want to do nice, slow movements. Do a few more of these. Okay, let's come back to center and go ahead and stretch those legs all the way out on the floor again. And here's where you might want that strap handy. We're gonna do some leg exercises. So on an inhale, you're gonna just hug that right knee into the chest, and we're gonna slowly circle the ankle. We work our ankles a lot, especially when we get to tree and some of the warrior poses. So we wanna make sure it's nice and stretched early. And switch directions if you haven't already. If you get bored with circling your ankle, you can always try to spell out letters of the alphabet with your foot. Just doing something to stretch the range of motion. Good, so with or without your strap, we're gonna inhale, extend that right leg straight up. The goal is to get your leg as straight as possible. You can see that I do have a slight bend, which is okay. Your heel is driving towards the ceiling, toes are pointing towards your head. We're just gonna breathe into this, feeling the stretch through the backs of our legs. Now you're not pulling super tight with the strap. We don't wanna injure ourselves. It's just there more for guidance. So on an inhale, we're gonna slowly lower our right leg to the right side of the room. The goal here is not for the foot to touch the ground. We wanna feel a nice stretch for our right inner thigh. And sometimes if that foot drops to the ground, we lose the good stretch. So keep breathing. Both shoulders should be on the mat. Gonna inhale slowly up. This time, tee out your right arm. Exhale, cross that foot over to the left. And you wanna look towards that right hand. So teeing out the right arm will help keep the right shoulder on the mat. This time you feel the stretch through the back of that right thigh into your glutes and probably into the lower to mid back. Let's inhale slowly back up to center. We never want to feel pain during yoga practice. There's a big difference between a good stretch and pain, and that definition is different for everybody. But if you feel true pain, you can always go ahead and modify by bending the knee. So on an inhale, it's slowly lowered to the right one more time. Again, we want to keep both shoulders on the mat. Inhale slowly to center, tee out that right arm. Exhale, cross over to the left. Again, we're looking at our right arm. Nice, steady inhales and exhales. Let's inhale back to center one more time. Again, digging that heel into the ceiling. Toes come towards the head. So on an exhale, we're gonna hug that right knee into the chest again. You can just relax the foot and hold here, or you can circle your ankle, whatever feels best. Good, next exhale, we're gonna lower the right foot onto the left leg. So we're sort of making the number 4 with our legs. We're gonna inhale our legs up for what's called pigeon. So you can grab your left thigh, you can place your hands on your ankle and your knee. You can stretch your arms out to the side or bring them to the floor. That will engage your core a little bit more. Or if you pull them above your head, you'll feel a nice stretch through the shoulders too. Lots of options for pigeon on your back. So nice steady inhales and exhales is normal. And on an exhale, we're going to slowly lower both legs flat to the mat. And we'll do the other side. So whatever we do on one side during yoga, we always do on the other. So let's inhale our left knee to our chest and start circling that ankle. And let's switch directions. So again, with or without your strap, we're gonna inhale, extend that left leg straight up. Straightening the leg as much as you can, digging the heel into the ceiling. Toes come towards your head. Focusing on those nice steady inhales and exhales. Good, on an inhale, we're gonna slowly lower our left leg to the left side of the room. Now you can see, due to the spacing I needed with the camera, my leg is touching the wall. But that's okay because I'm still getting a really good stretch through my left inner thigh, and that's the goal here. Let's inhale slowly up, exhale, tee out that left arm, cross over to the right. Now I'm still looking towards the computer so that you can hear me, but you should all be looking towards your left fingertips. That will help you keep your shoulders on the mat the best. Let's inhale slowly back up to center. Again, nice steady breaths here. And once again, on an inhale, lower towards that left side. Again, just make sure you have enough space so you can lower and feel the stretch through your left inner thigh. Let's inhale slowly up, tee out that left arm, exhale, cross over to the right. Now remember, you should all be looking towards your left fingertips. Yeah, let's inhale slowly back to center. Take a few more breaths here. So on an exhale, we're gonna hug that left knee into our chest. Again, you can just relax your foot or you can circle it. Good, next exhale, we're gonna lower our left foot onto our right leg and inhale that right leg up. So again, you can grab your right thigh. If you have a strap, you can hook that under your right thigh if you need some support. You can rest your hands on your knee and your ankle or place them on the ground next to you. Keep up the nice steady breaths. Inhales and exhales should match in length. So on an exhale, we're gonna slowly lower both legs to the mat. We're gonna do that full body stretch one more time. So inhale, sweep your arms above your head, point your toes, really reaching wall to wall. Good, on an exhale, return your arms to your sides, relax your feet. We're gonna slowly work our way to seated by rolling to one side or the other. Good. My dog Gabby likes to make an appearance while we do our yoga. So we're gonna sit cross-legged if that's comfortable. Right now you can stretch out your legs if you'd like as well. We will be starting with stretching our neck. So I want everybody to have backs nice and tall, shoulders down and together. So a little trick is on an inhale, hike your shoulders all the way to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. That just helps you make sure that your shoulders are pulling in the right spot. And we're gonna start by just rolling the neck, swiveling left to right, not making complete circles just yet though. You might hear some crackling in your ears. That's perfectly normal. Okay, we're gonna inhale to center. On your exhales, you're gonna look towards the side. Inhale to center. Exhale, look towards another side. And just keep going at your own breath. We don't want to sorry about that. We don't want to overextend our neck. We're just looking to the side and not over our shoulder. Good, a few more. And let's come back to center. This time on the exhales, we're gonna bring our ear towards our shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale, other ear, other shoulder. And you're gonna resist the temptation to hike your shoulder up to meet the ear. You wanna keep those shoulders down and together. It's just the head and neck that are moving. As you're ready, start those slow, complete circles. And let's switch directions. And come back to center. Good. So before we do our next set of shoulder stretches, I want to give a tip about moving the arms. So some people with shoulder pain, if you lift your arms, a lot of times that can cause more pain or cause infringement on your neck. So we want to do when you raise your arms is inhale with your palms down to about shoulder height, and then flip, continuing your inhale up. And as you come down, you exhale, palms are facing up until about shoulder height, and then they flip down. Just puts a lot less pressure on your shoulders and your neck. So backs are tall, shoulders are down and together. We're gonna inhale our right arm up. Gentle pull on the head, exhale the left hand to the floor. Should feel a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. Keep breathing. Okay, we're gonna inhale that right arm up again, exhaling your way down. And then we're gonna take that same arm for a side bend. So inhale the right arm up. Exhale, we're gonna reach towards the left side of the room. And I'm not sure if it quite gets there on camera, but I want to try to make sure my right elbow is pointing towards the ceiling. My left hand is in line with my hips. If you want more of a stretch in your obliques, just slide that left hand away from the body more. If that's too much, just creep it in closer. But we want to feel the stretch through our obliques. We're not twisting. You shouldn't feel this very much into your back. Okay, we're going to inhale slowly back up. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale that right arm up, hug it in with the left. Good, on an exhale, go ahead and release. We'll do the other side. So let's inhale the left arm up. Gentle pull on the head, exhale the right towards the mat. Inhale slowly back up, exhale, release. So same arm for the side bend. Inhale that left arm up, exhale, reach towards the right. My left elbow is pointing towards the ceiling. My right hand's in line with my hips. Remember, if you scoot your hand away from the body, you'll feel it more in the obliques. The hand creeps closer to the body. You'll get less of a stretch, which if you're feeling pain, definitely slide that right hand closer. Inhale slowly up and exhale, release. And let's inhale that left arm up one more time. Good. And for those of you watching this video, go ahead, exhale, release, thinking, man, she is doing a lot of talking for yoga class. I usually don't. I just want to make sure that if you've never done a yoga for cancer classes before, you are learning enough of the basics that you can continue on your own practice, and so that you're getting a good understanding of why these specific poses are what we choose, because they do have benefits to different cancer treatment side effects. All right. So next up, we're going to bring the bottoms of our feet together for cobbler. And if your inner thighs are tight, you can bounce those legs a little bit. I'm going to scoot back so I'm more in screen. Again, backs are tall, shoulders are together. We're going to inhale, our backs nice and tall. And on the exhale, we're going to reach towards our toes. You can reach beyond your toes, or you can bring your forearms onto your legs. We're just getting a nice stretch through both inner thighs here. Good, we're gonna inhale, slight raise of head and spine. Exhale, see if you can sink deeper into that stretch. Good, inhale back to seated. We're gonna go ahead and kick the legs out in front of us. And with any of these leg exercises, you can use a strap if you choose. We're gonna inhale both arms up and exhale, fold forward. So if you can't reach your toes on the first try, that's okay. We want to keep our legs as straight as possible. A slight bend is okay. You can reach your shins, whatever is comfortable. But focus on your breathing as you hold the stretch. We're going to inhale, slight raise of head and spine. Exhale, see if you can sink deeper. Maybe this time you can touch your toes or even drop the strap. And we're going to massage those legs as we inhale to seated. So what we're doing here is massaging the lower body lymph system. If you've ever had lymph nodes removed, you want to make sure you're flushing your lymph system. For those who have never had lymph nodes removed, flushing your lymphatic system is also going to help with your general immune health. So you're going to massage all the way up to the hips. And then we're going to fold our left leg in and kick the right leg out to about 45 degrees. If you have a dog napping near you like I do, try not to kick the dog like I almost did. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, pivot and fold. So you want to be looking towards your toes. I might be turning my head so to make sure the microphone picks up my voice. But we're looking towards our toes. If you're able to drop the strap, see if you can get that second hand to either touch your other hand or touch your toes as well. But let's inhale, slight raise of head and spine. Exhale, sink deeper. Okay, let's inhale slowly up and we're gonna twist. So exhale, right hand onto the left knee. Left hand comes behind you. And we're twisting to the left. So twisting like this, one of the main side effects most common side effects of chemotherapy is constipation. So twisting like this actually helps loosen up the system. If you're having the opposite end of the spectrum and experiencing a lot of diarrhea, you want to back off the twist. So let's exhale, release. And we're going to do the other side. So right leg folds in, left is out to about 45 degrees. We're going to inhale both arms up, exhale, pivot and fold. So looking towards your left toes. Nice steady inhales and exhales. Inhale, slight raise of head and spine. Exhale, sink deeper. And let's inhale slowly up and twist. So exhale, left hand on the right knee, twisting towards the right. And go ahead and exhale, release. We're going to sweep the legs behind us so that we can slowly come to our hands and knees to what's called table. So you want to make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are hip width apart, and your backs are as flat as you can get them. We don't want to be rounding the back just yet, okay? So we're going to start with our cat-cow poses. On an exhale, we're going to round the back, pushing into our hands and our knees for our cat. On the inhale, our belly comes towards the mat, our head raises, our pelvis and chest are opening for our cow. So exhaling to your cat, inhaling to your cow. And just continue this at your own breath. I sometimes like to dig my toes under. I just feel that sometimes I can push more into the mat when I'm doing my cat that way, but it doesn't matter. You can relax your feet as well. So we have a few more of these. Good, let's come back to neutral spine. And on inhale, we're gonna extend our right leg behind us. Our right hip is pushing up to square up. Our left hip is pulling down. And we're pushing through our toes. Toes are on the mat. We're pushing through our heels to stretch the calf. Good, exhale, bring that knee back into position at table. Inhale, extend the left leg back behind you. Again, pushing through the heel. Right hip pushes up, left pulls down. Feels nice stretch through the calf muscle. Good, on an exhale, let's come back to table. And you can stay up on your hands like this, or you can lower yourself to your forearms. We're gonna do some leg lifts. So on an inhale, that right leg comes up and out again. If you need to, you can always bend the knee. Good, we're gonna add some toe taps. So on an exhale, slowly lower until that right toe taps your mat, then inhale right back up. We're gonna do that one more time. Exhale, slowly lower until your toe taps. Inhale right back up. Keep breathing. Good. Exhale, return that knee to the mat. And on inhale, we're going to extend that left leg up. Good. You want to keep pulling that left hip down. Right hip pushes up first to square them off. And we'll add our toe taps. So exhale, slowly lower until the toe taps. Inhale, right back up. Good. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, right back up. Good. Exhale, bring that knee back to the floor. We're going to come back to our table. And we're going to slightly widen those back legs and exhale into our child's pose. Good. Let's inhale back to table. And we're going to go from here to a low squat to standing. So curl your toes under and start walking your hands towards your knees. We're going to push up onto the balls of our feet and try to bring our hands to heart center for that low squat. You could actually come up taller into a squat. I know some people can have their feet flat on the mat when they do this. We're just working on strengthening those ankles a little bit more again. So exhale, fingertips come towards the mat. Inhale all the way to standing. Bringing your arms with you above your head. Exhaling your arms down to your side. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust our camera so we can do some standing poses. All right, so you can't completely see my feet, but it's either that or I'm headless. What I want you to do though, is we're gonna stand with our feet at hip width apart and just focus on the spot by your big toe, your little toe, and the ball of your foot. The heel of your foot, I'm sorry. Those are pressure points that you wanna really ground into the mat as we're working our way into our standing mountain or Tadasana. Good, then I want you to place your hands on your hips and exhale, push down. This will help elongate the spine. So pretend there's a magnet pulling the crown of your head towards the ceiling and those shoulders are down and together. Good. So a lot of people with neuropathy ask if they can wear their shoes during yoga, and you can, but if you're able to try being barefoot, what you're doing is you're letting those nerve endings touch the floor, touch the mat, and it helps to sort of rebuild them a little bit. Plus, you can't feel those 3 pressure points I just talked about behind your big toe, your little toe, and at your heel of your foot if you have shoes on. So just something to consider. Again, if you need shoes on to do the standing poses during neuropathy, that is definitely something you can do. So we're going to inhale our hands to heart center. And I just want you to focus on that tall back, shoulders being down, and maybe push the palms of your hands together. Notice how you feel a stretch to your chest here when you do that. We're going to do some twists. So inhale nice and tall. Exhale, twist towards your left. So as you twist, try to keep those hips shooting forward. It's just the upper body that's twisting. And inhale slowly to center. Exhale to the other side. Good. Inhaling to center and exhale, release. We're going to do a forward fold next. Anytime we've done something on our back, we want to make sure we're releasing tension on our back. But with forward folds, if you have breathing issues or heart issues, you don't want to fold too far. We're going to inhale our arms up and then exhale, slowly sink. If you start to get dizzy, stop wherever that starts. Otherwise, you can try to continue down to touch the mat, maybe curl your fingers under your toes. You can dangle your arms or grab your elbows. Again, we're just releasing tension in our back. And let's inhale slowly to standing. We're going to bring our arms all the way up with us. And exhale, release. So one more set of standing stretches before we do our balance poses. We're going to inhale both arms up. Our right hand is going to grab our left wrist, and we're going to just lean towards the right. If you have range of motion issues and you cannot have your left arm like this, just go ahead and relocate it to your hip. That's still going to keep the shoulder open. If you're able to, on an exhale, drop your right hand, let gravity pull you deeper. Let's inhale slowly up and exhale, release. Okay, we'll do the other side. So inhale, arms up. Left hand's going to grab the right wrist, pulling towards the left. On an exhale, lower that left arm to the ground. Let gravity pull you deeper. And we're going to inhale slowly back up. Exhale, release. So on to tree pose. You can stay standing on your mat. You can relocate to a wall where either your hands on the wall for balance, or if you have enough surface space, if you dig your heels all the way so that they're touching the mat, your shoulder blades are touching the wall, your shoulder blades are touching the wall. This might help keep you taller and help with your posture during tree. But we're going to start with our right leg as our foundation. Your left foot can just tripod up. The goal is to have that left knee point away from the body, or you can slide it up. Just make sure you're not locking your heel on your knee. That could cause injury. Hands at heart center. We're concentrating on energy shooting down our right big toe for balance. You're looking just gently in front of you, picking a spot on the wall to hold your gaze or focus your drishti. You can also close your eyes if you want to challenge your abs more. But when you feel like you have a steady foundation, you can inhale both arms up. Maybe your gaze rises towards where the wall meets the ceiling. Palms are facing each other. If your foot drops, just pick it right back up. Every inhale, growing tall. Every exhale, the shoulders are down and together. You always want to think strong, positive thoughts during tree. And some days, even indoors, it can get windy. So be gracious to yourself. Try to keep the legs. We're going to exhale, hands to heart. And go ahead, exhale, release. Shake that out if you need to. We'll do the other side. Remember, the wall is always an option. This is why we stretched our ankles though. So left foot is foundation, right can tripod up or slide on up. Hands start at heart. Energy shooting down that left big toe for balance. And inhale both arms up when you're ready. So again, palms are facing each other. You're looking either directly in front of you or slightly up towards where the wall meets the ceiling, or closing your eyes to challenge your abs. Every inhale, backs grow tall. Every exhale, shoulders come down and together. Another thing that we're doing with these balance poses is we're helping build back some bone density. So a lot of times both radiation and chemotherapy can affect our bone density. So we're going to exhale our hands to heart. You drop your foot, pick it right back up. And exhale, complete the release. Good. Shake that out a little bit. We're going to go through two more balance poses. These are both warrior poses. So we're going to come to the top of our mat and step back with our right leg. So our heels should be in line. Right toes are pointing towards the top right corner of the mat. Hands on hips to square up. And exhale, we're going to sink into that front left leg. You just want to make sure you look down and you can still see your toes. If you don't have a wide enough stance, just adjust the placement of your back leg. And inhale, arms up when you're ready. So with warrior one, we're looking up slightly towards where the wall meets the ceiling. If your arms get tired, you can place them on your head, bring them to cactus arms, bring them to your hips if you want to keep those shoulders open, or heart center is always an option. Remembering it's okay to smile during yoga. Okay, we're gonna exhale our hands to heart and inhale, step up to meet the other foot. So shake that out a little bit. We'll do the other side. This time we're gonna step back with the left foot. Heels are in line with each other. Left toes are pointing to the top left corner of your mat. Hands on your hips to square up. And exhale, sink into that front right leg. So just look down quick, make sure you can still see your toes. You never want your knee to cross your toes. That can cause serious injury to your knees. And let's inhale, arms up when we're ready. So again, in warrior, it's nice to think strong, positive thoughts. Keep up those steady breaths. Exhale, hands to heart. A few breaths here. And inhale, step up to meet your other foot. Good, shake that out a little bit. We're gonna move on to warrior two. So we're gonna step back with our right foot again. My heels are still in line, but this time my right foot is parallel with the back of my mat. So I'm gonna place my hands on my hips to square up. This time my hips are facing the side of my mat. I'm gonna inhale both arms up to about shoulder height. Exhale, look at those left fingertips as I sink into my left front leg. Again, look down. You want to still see those toes. But your arms should stay level. Options again are hands on your head, goalpost arms or cactus arms, hands on your hips. You could do hands at heart center, but you lose some of the effect in your chest and your arms that way. Nice steady breaths here. Good, we're gonna exhale, release. And we'll do the other side. So I'm changing the top of my mat just for the camera angle. You just need to come to the top of your mat. Step back with your left foot. Heels are in line. Left foot is parallel with the back of your mat. Hands on hips to square up. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, look towards those right fingertips as you sink into that right front knee. Just look down, make sure you can see your toes. Nice, steady breaths. Backs are tall, shoulders are together. Good, go ahead and exhale, release. Shake that out a little bit. So a lot of times women with their cancer diagnosis will talk about having lymph nodes removed in their upper body, particularly breast cancers. But men, you very well could have had lymph nodes removed too, especially if you had prostate cancer. That's very common to have lymph nodes removed. So we're gonna do a pose that helps with lymphatic drainage of the lower body. Men, this is particularly a good one for you. So you want your feet a little bit closer in the hip width apart. Sometimes I angle my feet so that my toes touch. We're gonna inhale our arms up and exhale, sink down like we're seated in a chair. You should feel a lot of pressure in your groin right now. That's gonna help with the lymph system. So if you're able to keep your hands up, go ahead and extend them. Otherwise, you can bring your hands to heart center. Our main goal is the pressure. Okay, let's inhale slowly, standing, and release that. We're gonna do one more thing that helps with upper body lymphatic drainage. We're gonna hug ourselves right over left. Inhale, elbows start to rise, fingertips follow. We're really reaching towards the ceiling, almost like our feet are getting pulled off the mat. And exhale, return your arms to your sides. So hug yourself left over right this time. Inhale, elbows rise, fingertips follow. Exhaling as they return to your sides. Good. Now we're going to come to the floor for legs up the wall. If you have a wall handy like I do. You want to take your dominant arm, for me it's my right, it's my stronger, and scoot really close to the wall. You're going to then use pressure to spin yourself and place your legs so that they're shooting literally legs up the wall. This is helping so the lymph system drains down our body. A lot of people will do this towards the end of the day when their feet are a little bit more swollen. And you're just gonna hold this for several minutes. I'll tell you when time's up. You can close your eyes, otherwise just pick a spot on the ceiling to look at. If your mind starts to wander, just push the thought aside and focus on your breathing. Maybe counting your breaths to 10. Inhaling 1, exhaling 2, continuing to 10, and repeat. So on exhale, you're gonna start to slowly bring your legs back to the floor. And what I want you to do is just stretch out on your mat for Shavasana. So this is where if you have some oils handy at home, you can go ahead and grab them, dab a little maybe on your temple or behind your ears, or maybe in your hands and just enjoy the scent. But for Shavasana, we're just going to relax on our backs. Eyes are closed if that's comfortable. Just focusing on your breathing. So nice, steady inhales and exhales until you hear the chime. So slowly joining me in a seated position with hands at heart center. Share a quote today from Gilda Radner herself. Life is about not knowing, having to change, taking the moment and making the best of it without knowing what's going to happen next. Namaste.